Hello students, in this part of the video we'll study about respiration, that is second topic of the chapter, life process. Respiration is a process of obtaining energy from food. As we all know, we get energy from food, but how? By the process of respiration, where our food get oxidized to give us energy. In our food there are many nutrients like carbohydrate, fat and protein which are used to give us energy, which are oxidized to give us energy. Among these three, mainly carbohydrate is used to obtain energy from. The process of respiration. First of all, glucose convert into pyruvate. This step is common in almost all organisms. It happens in the cytoplasm of the cell and the process is known as glycolysis. Glyco means sugar and lysis means breakdown. It means breakdown of sugar. In different organisms, there are different ways of respiration. Some use oxygen, some does not use oxygen. On the basis of these, there are two types of respiration, aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. In anaerobic respiration, in aerobic respiration, pyruvate moves to the mitochondria where in the presence of oxygen it breaks up into carbon dioxide, water and energy. In anaerobic respiration, pyruvate breaks down in carbon dioxide, ethanol and energy in the absence of oxygen. Anaerobic respiration occur in yeast. It is a fungus, yeast. The energy release in aerobic respiration is much greater than the energy released during anaerobic respiration. This is because during aerobic respiration, complete oxidation of glucose takes place, while during anaerobic respiration, partial digestion or partial oxidation of glucose takes place. There is one more type of respiration which occur in the lack of oxygen. When we perform certain activity or excessive exercise, our muscles perform this type of respiration which lack oxygen. In the lack of oxygen, pyruvate breaks down to produce lactic acid and energy. Sometimes this lactic acid built up in our muscles and cause cramping. Here is the flow chart in which we can see glucose is converted into pyruvate and this step is common among all the organisms. It happens in the cytoplasm of the cells. Then respiration in absence of oxygen, that takes place in yeast which is a fungus. Here pyruvate converted into ethanol, carbon dioxide and energy. Next one is in presence of oxygen. In presence of oxygen, it happens in the mitochondria where pyruvate converted into carbon dioxide, water and energy. The next one is in lack of oxygen, that takes place in our muscle cells where pyruvate is converted into lactic acid and energy. The energy released during cellular respiration, whether by aerobic or anaerobic or during the lack of oxygen, immediately used to synthesize a molecule called ATP, adenosine triphosphate, which is used to fuel all the other activity of the cell. The terminal bond of ATP breaks down and releases energy which is used to perform different activity of the cell. Different organisms evolved different mechanisms for the oxygen uptake because all the aerobic organisms require oxygen for the respiration and they must ensure the continuous supply of oxygen. So there we can see there are different organisms that has different method to uptake oxygen and to get rid of carbon dioxide that is produced during the process of respiration. Terrestrial animals can breathe oxygen present in the atmosphere, and aquatic animals get oxygen dissolved in the water. Here, terrestrial animals get one advantage over the aquatic animal, that the dissolved oxygen is less than the amount of dissolved oxygen is less as compared to the amount of oxygen present in atmosphere. Therefore, the breathing rate of aquatic animal is higher. They have to breathe faster to get enough oxygen. Then respiratory system of human. In human being, the air is taken into the nasal cavity through nostril. Then it passes to the throat through pharynx and larynx. It reaches the trachea. The complete passage is made up of cartilage so that it doesn't get collapse. The trachea is then divided into bronchi. You can see here bronchi, which is further branched into different bronchioles inside the lungs. Bronchioles then terminated into balloon-like structure called alveoli. Here you can see the diagram of alveoli. It is balloon-like structure to provide large surface area for the exchange of gases. The wall of alveoli contain extensive network of blood vessels. This blood bring carbon dioxide from the rest of the body for release into the alveoli, and the oxygen in the alveolar air is taken up by the blood to transport to all the cell in the body. During respiration, we know when we take in oxygen, our ribs lift up and the diaphragm get flattened, due to which the volume of the lungs increases and the air sucked into the lungs and fill up the alveoli. Then alveoli exchange the gases with blood vessels. Then the ribs get relaxed, diaphragm get relaxed, and air passed out of the lungs. This is how the respiration or the breathing get completed. After exchanging gases, blood transport the oxygen to the different cells of the body. Oxygen is transported by a respiratory pigment, that is hemoglobin. One hemoglobin can carry 4 molecules of oxygen, and carbon dioxide is also transported by the blood plasma in dissolved form. So here we are completing the topic respiration. In the next part we will study about transportation. Thank you.